Good morning and welcome to our daily devotional from Pilgrim Congregational Church. I'm Patrick Horn. Very glad to have you with us on this Wednesday, January the 12th, 2022, as we continue our look at Psalm chapter 36, verses 5 through 10. And today I would like for us to pay particularly close attention to verses 7 and 8. So I'll be reading Psalm 36, 7 and 8, and offering a few reflections and closing us with a word of prayer. How precious is your steadfast love, O God! All people may take refuge in the shadow of your wings. They feast on the abundance of your house, and you give them drink from the river of your delights. Well, verse 7 is founded on the conviction that was expressed in verses 5 and 6 that we read yesterday about the conviction that the whole world, from the heavens through the clouds, all the way down to the deep that holds up the mountains, all of that depends upon God's love. And here in verse 7, we take refuge under God's wings when we acknowledge this love and our dependence upon God. There's such a great temptation, perhaps in every age, but it seems particularly in our age, a great temptation to believe that we can be self-sufficient, that we don't need others, and we certainly don't need some mythical being called God. Faithful living is just the opposite. It is a free acknowledgement that divine power, which is God's love, underlies and is embedded in the whole of life. It's the recognition that there are powers that are far beyond our own. And because of this, we live in humility. We live in humility in recognition and acknowledgement that there are all these things in the universe, all these things in our lives that are beyond our control. And verse 8 reminds us to live in gratitude because life is full of the provisions that God gives. Here in verse 8, a house full of sumptuous food and a river full of delight, beautiful metaphors to remind us of the wonder and beauty of this life, and a reminder to live in gratitude for this life. Let's close with this early prayer, this prayer from early Christians. It's called a prayer for mercy. Christ our God, who at all times and through every hour are worshiped and glorified both in heaven and on earth, you who are so patient, full of mercy and compassion, who love the just and show mercy to sinners, who summon all to salvation through the promise of good things to come. Lord, now receive our prayers at this present hour and direct our lives in accordance with your commandments. Sanctify our souls, purify our bodies, correct our minds, clarify our intentions, and deliver us from every calamity, evil, and distress. Stand your holy angels around us, that guided and protected by their ranks, we may come into the unity of faith and the knowledge of your unapproachable glory. For blessed are you to the ages of ages. Amen. Thank you for joining me this morning from Pilgrim Congregational Church. I'm Patrick Horn, and I hope you have a very good day. Goodbye.